Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is Yvonne for Yvonne's Love Stream Walks. I can see Tom. I'm hoping comments are going to appear and be seen by me. And straight ahead you can just see that little lightning in the sky there, which is the sun, which is going to set in 38 minutes. Ellen, hello, you got the right timing this week. And Tom, yes, good morning to you. You're up at 7 o'clock. Congratulations. And of course, I'm looking down at Grant Park in Forres. And behind me are the trees of Cluny Hill. Hello, Diane. And it's blowing a bit of a hoolie, as I said on my Facebook page. And it's just starting to spit rain. Oh dear. Anyway, I'm glad that it's 3 o'clock today and not making you get up any earlier over there on the west coast. But look at these beautiful spidery tree branches. It's like a little web up into the sky, and it's still light enough to live stream. So I'm wondering whether we can squeeze one more in at 3 o'clock next week. Let's aim to do that. I'm just seeing if there's anybody else here. We've just got Tom, Ellen and Diane at the moment. And there's somebody else because it says 4. But anyway, I'm just going to head back a little bit before I head into the sunset. And if you read my Facebook page, you would have seen that I said, since sunset is at 3:38 today, we'll be walking into the gloaming. Now I just had, oh no, there they are. It's all right, I'm getting sorted with my angel cards for today. So also what's great is we've got these fantastic root systems, and then we've got the fantastic roots up into the sky. That's what I love. Anyway, I'm going this way because this way there's this fantastic load of leaves on the ground. Hi Lida. Hello, hello. And today it's very interesting. We're walking with a blessing card and an angel card, and they seem to be opposites, but actually there's a very interesting interweaving. Look at them. Daring and relaxation. Hello, Peter. Is that you, Peter? Yes, Peter, I'm glad that we're welcoming you back today, and I'm sure everybody's pleased to see that you don't know why you were suspended and you don't know why you were put back in, but let's just say it's a mystery. So here we are in Cluny Woods, and I'm about to go into a wonderfully deep lot of leaves. Look at these. It's like, they're way above my shoes here, and really deep and rich and thick, and they're a glorious, thankfully they're dry, but yeah, it's just fantastic fun walking through these. So join me, have a little bit of a kick as we zip through these leaves, and it just goes on and on and on and on. Look, and the sound. And I don't know whether you can hear, oh, it's quite deep. I don't know whether you can hear the wind in the trees as well. But I'm down near the car park end of the lower walk of Cluny Hill. And if you've just joined, there's Grant Park. And yes, Susan. Yeah, the angel of relaxation, very daring. Indeed. Indeed, indeed. So I thought at first, oh, they don't really go together. But actually, I think they're fantastic together. Here we are. Relaxation and daring. And we could deal with them separately. I could say, if you could do one daring thing with your life now, what would it be? What would it be the daring thing that you dare to do? Something different. That's one thing. And maybe, as Susan just said, maybe you dare to relax. Interesting. And but it may be a lot of other things as well. And then I could ask you, what do you do in order to relax? And there'll be many answers there. Remember last week I asked, what do you do to support your spirit to soar? And there were many answers. Oh, hi Cindy in Oregon. Hi Alice over there in Fremantle. Yes, great to see Peter. Anyway, I wonder, this daring to relax thing, giving ourselves permission to relax, why would it be such a big thing for some people? Maybe work and being busy is the only thing that's holding you, me, we, someone else together. And because it is interesting when I ask people how they are sometimes, and they say, oh, keeping busy. And I sort of think, why? And I've been in that camp myself. But look, this is where we started the walk today, because I'm just loving the spider web of branches. And 5 minutes ago, the sun was setting over there, but it's gone behind the greyness. But the green is lovely, and we still have enough light. And yes, we're walking into the gloaming. Hello, Julie. Some of you may know that song, Roman in the Gloamin', with a lassie by my side on the bonny banks of Clyde, the river in Glasgow. And Maggie, are you on today? The Glasgow granny. Yeah, so here we are in Cluny Woods with the blessing of daring and the angel card of relaxation. And yeah, it was really lovely last week with the swans at Sanka Pond. And it's really nice. Evelyn, I don't know whether you're on today, but I hope you're recovered from your knee surgery. And Lida, I didn't know you were in Georgia. So that was interesting to know. And Jane, who's weaving away in Quebec. And Joan, who's a writer. And Cindy, you're a short story writer. So interesting. Look, there we are. And after this walk, I'm walking on to my optician because I lost a contact lens. Oh dear. I have the contact lenses that you can use for years. They're not the throwawayable ones. And I lost the left one. I don't know how, but anyway. But look, so yes, we have this continuing view. I mean, it's very majestic. Even without all their leaves, you can see more the majesty of their tall, straight trunks. Fabulous. Anyway, I hope you're all well. I'm obviously well, I'd say 98% over that flu-y thing I had. And I'm glad to see you all. And of course, we could have had the angel of Thanksgiving today, because I imagine many of you were celebrating Thanksgiving last night. And all the things we do have to be thankful for. I mean, there's no doubt things that we're all complaining about, but we all have a lot to be thankful for. Look, here we are. I'm looking up towards Nelson's Tower now. It is rather lovely. It's sort of almost a monochrome of orange and grey. Yes, Peter, I did go to the birthday at Cluny. That was a couple of weeks ago now, though. Oh, Rebecca Lynn, yes, hello. Over there in Nova Scotia. Oh, and you're waiting for snow in Iowa? Exactly. Well, there have been dogs leaping about in the leaves. Hi, Jill. Yes, I half expect to see Little Red Riding Hood, actually. Look at all the leaves. Oh, Kendall, hello. Yes, I am feeling quite chipper. I was invited to a very glamorous dinner last night, so I got to put on all my glad rags, which doesn't happen so often these days. And it was lovely. Look, now that's a nice shot with this diagonal line and the leaves on one side and the green on the other. That's a very nice shot. If I can move the, yeah, like that. Yeah, and also the community gathering's been happening this week, and I took part in the making of a mandala in the hall on Wednesday afternoon, was it? And that was lovely to just be, that was also very relaxing to just let creativity take over and see where it led me and everybody else as we had the mandala. And then this morning we had a very different sort of session, a very meaty meeting, probably one of the best meetings for a long time, where we talked about the asset transfer. So I don't know how interested some of you are, but the Findhorn Foundation Trust, there is a process going on with the 5 successor charities at the park, where the assets are best going to go. And it's a lovely collaborative process, very complex, about the financial sustainability, the consequences of who gets what and how it will be run, and just this growing sense of how it's all interconnected and all the things to be taken into account. And actually, I have a question for you all, for those of you who've been to Findhorn and who have not been. But for so long it was just the Findhorn Foundation, and I sense that the global family's loyalty is to the Findhorn Foundation. And now that the Findhorn Foundation Trust is winding down or winding up, although the SCIO continues to explore, I have a question about that name, Findhorn Foundation. You know, can people who donate, have donated to the Findhorn Foundation, are they happy to donate to the Park Eco Village Findhorn? Because really now it's a whole community endeavour, because the Findhorn Foundation is giving everything in a way into community ownership and stewardship. And for me, the survival of the hall, which is owned by the Eco Village Findhorn Community Benefit Society, and the sanctuary, which is run by Park Eco Village Trust, all these organisations need support. Hinterland needs support. Acopia, who is going to run Cologne Garden, needs support. And there's a sense of not donating as much as investing in this whole endeavour going forward. So that's what's sort of on the table at the moment. The people who live there, the people who live in the nearby area, and the global family. How do we all take part in this? Yeah, so anyway, I haven't seen your comment for a while. Anyway, I won't go on much more about that because it is of different interests to people. But look, this is a great sight, isn't it? This line of trees, 3 of which we know came down in the last storm. The wind has actually abated somewhat, which is nice. And look at all these roots here. Just gorgeous. And also what was interesting is Judy McAllister and Mary Ingalls gave a very good talk on Monday about the landscape angel and the angel of Findhorn. and how they both sort of came into being through the awareness of Dorothy McLean. And that was recorded, so that's really good. You'll be able to listen to that. It was good for me. I need to hear it over and over. The landscape angel is more about the land, the physical land, and it goes down into the earth. Whereas the angel of Findhorn is less geographically located. It's more about the impulse. I hope I got that right. Anyway, here's the lovely line of trees. It is incredibly complicated, Kendall, and I'm glad that other people are doing it on our behalf. People are giving their time freely to explore this. And John Talbot, who's been around forever, gone to Australia and come back, he knows so much about the history. That's rather lovely with the sky over there. It's almost a sort of purpley colour, the clouds. No, they didn't erect the 3 trees that were blown down. They've just cut them off. And at the moment they're just, there's a little sort of, what's the word, a barrier around them. Look, well, let's maybe go up here. Come on, you've got to go up this little steep hill with me. If you're still in your pajamas, get your walking boots on. Anyway, what's Eileen about today? If you read my Facebook page, you'd see that she said, today is a new day. Leave yesterday behind and get on with it. And I say to you, yes, you're never going to get this day back. 28th of November, 2025, you're never going to get it back. So make the best of it. That's what I say. And if you're feeling a bit low or lost or confused, go for a walk. It's my panacea. I always feel so good when I've been for a walk. Or go and play the piano, or do some weaving, or write a story. Oh, I'd love to sit down with some of you and hear much more about your lives. Okay, Rebecca Lynn, I'll give you an early mark to leave early. But it's very lovely here walking. I'm slightly above Grant Park now. And Eileen also talks today about sorting out our relationships, which always makes me smile, having been to many community sessions this week. And she says, she sort of says nip things in the bud, but her way of saying it is pluck out the weeds early. That's a nice view, isn't it? I can remember this vast field filled with piping bagpipe bands when the European Championships were on here. And also the Highland Games. And all the Christmas lights are going to go on in Forest High Street tomorrow night. So maybe, actually, I wonder what time they become. So next week we're going to do 3 o'clock as well. It's daring, as our cards are today, daring to do it when the sun will set by, I don't know what, 3:30 next week, but that will be all right. Maybe we'll get to see the Christmas lights and we'll walk down the main street. That will be lovely. And anyway, sorting out our relationships. She says, pluck out the weeds of hatred, jealousy, dislike, intolerance, and misunderstanding. Now, the thing is, we're never going to know that there's been a misunderstanding unless we go and talk to the person and realize that we misunderstood, or that they misunderstood us. So in a way, we have to make the first move. Now I wonder if we should go up this. Do you feel like walking up this little hill? Because you can see there's a little gingerbread. Oh, maybe it's a bit steep. A bit of daring involved in this. But there's a little gingerbread cottage at the top. But here we go. Look, all the leaves. And you see we're looking back. Oh gosh, that was a big one. That'll teach me to walk backwards. Where's Bonnie? Yeah, so sort out any misunderstandings. And I think resentment we have to deal with ourselves. Because I think when we resent something, you know, the responsibility is with us. Here we go, look. Whew. And here's the little gingerbread house. Well, I call it the gingerbread house anyway. It's very sweet. Yeah, there's plenty of light, isn't there? Yeah, the bare trees against the green. Really pretty. Yes, God bless Mr. Grant who donated the park. And I believe Mr. Grant is also, I think he's Sir. He was knighted. Sir Grant. I can't think what his first name is. But that's the reason we don't have to pay any parking fees in Forres, which is really nice. And, you know, I have to admit, I don't know how you all feel about Christmas, but this year I sort of thought, I think it's sort of, I can't believe I'm still in my house, and I thought, oh no, am I going to bother putting the Christmas tree up? And then I thought, the Fellowship of Lovelies needs to come into my house for the 6th time at Christmas. And the Christmas cactus is in bud, and I guess the tree will go up this weekend. So I can't think what day of the week Christmas is this year, but anyway, the Friday before, we'll have a little wander. And as you can see, there's the sign going up to Nelson's Tower. Only open April to September. But yeah, these lovely bushes. So my phone is running out of juice, battery, and the sky is looking lovely, so we're just going to walk down the hill. Who's that, Kendall? Please put up the tree. Yeah, I know. It's sort of fun. And it's work, but it's fun, I guess. And I mean, all my Christmas cards and things have already been sent to Australia. They have to get sent now, or they won't make it in time. But look, isn't that beautiful? There is something about the starkness, isn't there, of winter that speaks to us. And I can hear the screams. Children are coming out of school. It's getting dark and they're only just coming out of school. But yeah, this is a very lovely thing. So going back to the blessing card of daring and the angel of relaxation, are they linked for you, daring to relax, or are they separate? Do you already have relaxation built into your life so that your energy levels are sustainable? And if you dared to do one thing that you've never dared do before, what might that be? I am curious. Maybe some of you should dare to come on the Zoom call on the 10th of December and meet each other face to face. Look, isn't that beautiful? What a lovely curve. What a graceful curve this little avenue of trees is. Ah, Maggie, you made it on. Hello, hello. I mentioned you earlier. Of course, I was singing the little song, Roamin' in the gloamin' on the bonny banks of Clyde. Roamin' in the gloamin' with a lassie by my side. When the sun has gone to rest, that's the time that I love best. Oh, it's lovely, roamin' in the gloamin'. With apologies for my voice. Who's that? Deborah, hi, over there in Brisbane. You just missed me singing in my not very nice voice. But yes, we are headed into the gloaming, into the twilight. And all around the clouds are grey. The sun has sort of setting over there behind that cloud. And it's really actually quite lovely. Look at that. A few birds up there in the sky. Ah, so what is that? Christmas is a Thursday. Ah, okay. So we will be being Christmassy the Friday before that. Okay. Thank you for that. Look at nests up here, or whatever they are in the trees. Anyway, it's very beautiful, and I'm going to end here. Perhaps we'll look back from whence we came and end here for today before my phone runs out. And on the 12th of the 10th, it's probably, on the Zoom it's going to be 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock UK time, because that makes it more doable for people on the West Coast. Maggie, I know. Anyway, it's a song that maybe some of you haven't heard before. All right, anyway, love you all, and dare to do something different this week. And if it's to relax, that's great also. But so the Zoom call is at 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. UK time on the 10th of December. And the Friday before Christmas, it's probably going to be 2:30 by then. But next week, we're still at 3 o'clock. All right, lots of love to you all. Bye. Mwah.